In today's video, I'm going to finally get around to decorating the opening pages in this journal, which I have been using to do series reviews. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and this is A Girl with Plants. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you're new, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button while you're here. So this is an A5 Archer and Olive journal that I have turned into a series review journal. So this is a supplement to my other reading journal, but I wanted a place where I could actually review the completed series that I've finished, or has actually turned into duologies that I finished as well. Because, sometimes I have different thoughts on the series or duology as a whole versus the individual books in that series. So this is the notebook that I've been using. You can see I've been using it. I haven't finished that many series yet, so it's going to take a long time for me to finish it, but I want to go ahead and decorate the intro pages because I've been holding off because I wasn't sure if this book was going to be a book to house my series alone or if I were going to put other things in here as well. And I think it is. Even though it takes forever to finish a series, and this is as far as I've gotten. Those are the only series I finished. I only finished 4 series in 2024, even though I read 71 books, only 4 completed series. But, who knows? I might finish a whole bunch this year. I think, maybe I'll get more involved, and instead of doing just a 2-page spread, maybe I'll do a 4-page spread. Who knows? But it's beside the point. I want to go ahead and do a decorative spread for these 2 pages. So I recently got the December Cora Crea Crafts subscription box. My discount code PLANS15 will actually save you 15% on either your very first subscription box or any type of order that you place at Cora Crea Crafts. I don't earn a commission, but if you use my discount code, then they know that I sent you. But during that box, I got these A5 papers. I got this PET tape, this washi tape, stamp sets. I got some other things as well, but this is what I'm thinking about using. I probably should pull out the stickers too. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use these stickers or not, but we may use them. So I'm going to pull them out as well. So the one thing I could not find was I could not find my little mini cutting pad that I got from the Dollar Tree. I have 2 of them and I have no idea where they disappear to. That's what happens when you clean your office. So I'm gonna have to use this glass one that I have, but it's fine. It'll work. It'll just be a little bit more difficult. And the reason why I want a cutting pad is because I think I'm gonna cut out a window here, and I don't think I'm gonna get too fancy. I might do like a window frame in it, but I think I'm gonna put one of these pieces of paper behind it, so that way you can see part of the image through the little frame. Now, this is the first time I've done this, so this is going to be ooh, can I do it or not? I don't know. I'm leaning toward either this one or this one, because either one would be cool. This one, you would just see a lot of books. This one, you could possibly see, depends on how I cut the window. You could see somebody at the desk writing. So either way, we'll figure it out after I do it. And then we're just going to just put stickers and stamps and everything else. This is going to be a hodgepodge. All right, guys, because I was doing so much like cutting and trying to figure out what I was going to do, I even busted out the stamps. This was a really long process. I think it was a little over an hour. So I'm speeding it up for you guys. I will slow it down just a tad when I get to the actual decorating part. But here I'm just cutting out the little squares so that way you have the window. I went through it with the pencil and kind of like made space for the frame, and then I went through with my X-Acto knife and cut everything out. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I want for which side. And then I decided, well, why don't I use both pieces of paper? I can use one that will show through on one side of the window and then the other that would show through on the other side of the window. Perfect, right? So yeah, that ended up being what I decided to do. Now I'm just kind of coloring around the window that I cut out so that way you can better see it, and you'll see me in a minute go ahead and tape down the paper. Now, these sheets are just a tad bit too big for this journal, so I do have to cut around it, but that's fine. And I feel like it did kind of line up perfectly for the window. I really liked how the books looked behind it, so I'm really glad I decided to go with both sheets of paper, because I think this is a great introduction to the journal, and it kind of fits with a few of the other pages I already have in this journal with kind of like the bookish type theme or whatever. So basically for this name page, I'm just going to put some of these stickers from the PET tape on it. I felt like I wanted something on it, wasn't sure what. You will see throughout this entire video, there is so much indecisiveness going on. A sticker goes down, a little bit later, the sticker comes up. So I will say this PET tape comes up really, really well. Usually PET tape does tend to come up a little bit better than stickers, but this comes up really well. There was like no ripping or anything. It came up super easy, which was great because I just could not figure out what I wanted to do. Basically, when I was coming in to do these pages, the only thing I knew I wanted to do was create a window. That was it. And I wanted to use the paper behind the window. Other than that, I had no clue at all. And as I started going through this, I'm like, oh, let's go ahead and decorate every single blank page that I have in the front. So that just kind of led me on this crazy, like, creative journey. So that washi tape is from Wrong Wrongs, the bookish. I don't remember the name of the box, but it was like the box set of washi tape. So that's what I'm using there. And now's the fun part. You get to see me show you that stamping ain't easy, y'all. It is not. Maybe I should say stamping ain't easy when you're trying to do it on the inside of a cover, because, you know, there isn't much like structure behind it. I mean, obviously it's hard, but you don't have as much like to press down on it because it's uneven, because it's the cover. So you will see right then and there, it didn't work there. And then we have the second attempt. It didn't work there. And the third time is almost a charm. You'll see that with some of the other ones. And by the time I get to the end, I get a little bit better. But unfortunately, I waited till like the last step. So yeah, take it from me. It's not as easy as it looks, right? Or else maybe I'm just lacking that technique. That might be what it is. So I will say the circle stamps were much easier than the square ones. I just think the square ones were a little large. So me trying to apply the pressure made it difficult. So I went to the smaller little stamp block. I couldn't find it at first, and then I found it. So I was like, oh, this might be easier. No. So it had nothing to do with the size of the stamp block either. It was just I was not applying the right kind of pressure in the center. I was mainly applying the pressure to the outer edge. So when I started applying pressure to the center, it really did kind of work a little bit better, but whatever, it's fine. It looks ancient, right? It looks old. So that's what we'll go with. We'll go with it. It's got a worn look to it. That's why it isn't on there perfectly. But you know, finally, I think it was like the last 3 stamps that I did came out almost perfectly. I'm super happy with it. I know for next time, because I definitely like stamping. I think it's a lot of fun. It adds a lot to it, to your actual journals or planners. So I definitely want to do more stamping. I just got to get a better hang of it. That's all it's got to be. So now I'm just going to add a few more stickers over to the name page just to try to fill it in just a bit. And then we will go back to the window page and fill that in with stickers. You will see there is so much indecisiveness going on there as well. I'm just going to go ahead and not chat anymore right now. I will pop back in a bit and kind of explain some more indecisive thought process a little bit later. But right now, I'm just kind of using the PET tape to decorate all of this up. right, so I'm back. So I decided I'm going to kind of duplicate what I did on the front to the back with maybe just a little bit of like different elements on the desk and shelves. So the ink on the front hangs over the window just a tad. And for some reason, I thought I could put the same sticker on the back, but they're not mirror images, so it didn't work. But there is a quill that has a bigger feather on it. So that will kind of help cover up the stickiness from the quill that was in the ink on the other side. The only thing I have to do is cut this quill a little bit, but it's fine because it's a feather, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I can cut around it and cut some of the pieces off, and it doesn't look bad. And then that way it is perfect. There's no stickiness there. It kind of peeks through the window. It's hard to see just because of the graphics are a little bit dark, but I really do like how it turned out. It made it look more like, you know, a real window with things sitting in front of it. So yeah, I'm just going to add some more things to the desk. You will see on the back side, I was having a little bit of trouble trying to make things a little different. I didn't want to have the same exact design or decor or elements on both of the shelves. So what I ended up doing on the back side, which you'll see in a minute, is I ended up pulling some stickers that I got from Wrong Wrong's PET tape because it has the same vibes, but it just allowed me to fill the shelf up with things that go on shelves. On the Cora Crea craft, it was more desk elements. So when I wanted to do my shelves, I was having a hard time picking things that would display on a shelf. But I really liked how these like two different sticker sets blended so well together. And now you're going to see probably part of the biggest indecisiveness I had. Well, wait a minute. In a minute. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So here I was like, okay, I want to add some of this washi because I hadn't added it yet. This is the washi that I got from the box set. I'm like, let's just add some of this to the title page just to give it a little bit more interest and add something else besides stickers. But now we're going to get to the indecisiveness. So I did like a flip through and I'm like, oh, this book series title page does not go with the flow, y'all. You know, the front has kind of like vintage vibes. My table of contents has vintage vibes. So yeah, I took the paper off. I'm going to cut this page out. So yes, I liked the way the book series title page looked. It just didn't fit with the theme of the rest of the pages. So I'm cutting it out and then I'm going to retape this piece of paper down over top of the original one. Yes, I am. But you know what? I'm so happy I did because now it flows so well together. I love it. Okay, there we go. So you see, this turned into a project. So from the trying to stamp on the back of a cover, so like applying the right amount of pressure when I was stamping. I liked how everything turned out. I really do like the finished product. I like the window. I think it's cool. I liked turning this into a cover page. However, in order to do that, I had to remove a page. So I tore out or cut out one of the pages and then taped this to the back of the other page. But I think it kind of goes together a little bit better now. So now you have this, and then it goes into the series completed. And this is where I was using the wrong, but the look looks very similar to the Cora Crea. So I feel like it goes together really well. And then of course, when you actually get to the reviews, they're going to be based on the books. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I did that. It was a lot of work. It was a project, but now I'm happy with it. And I have more than enough pages, so it'll be perfectly fine. I'm okay with it. I liked how it looked. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for joining me on this mess of a journey. Whenever I start pulling out the X-Acto knife and start cutting things, you know it's going to be a wild ride. And that's pretty much what it is. Sometimes these videos are showing you what not to do versus what to do. But regardless, I think the end product was nice. So you. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have yet to subscribe, I think you should subscribe because I do all kinds of crazy things like this on here. It's far from perfection, but like I said, it's an interesting journey with a decent outcome at the end. So yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to check out some of my other videos. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.